Do you know how goods are cleared from customs once they arrive in India? What documents are filed when the goods are cleared in India? If you want to know more, stay tuned for an interesting topic today on the process of imports and export clearances in India. Hello everyone, my name is Viren Dayal. I'm a custom broker and a LSC certified trainer in customs law, applied rules and regulations.
For latest updates, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon.
Today I am going to discuss in this topic Chapter 7 of the Customs Act 1962 from Section 45 to Section 51 pertaining to the process of clearance of goods for importation and exportation from India. This Chapter 7 is not applicable to goods imported by post or goods which are imported through baggage. Here it is important to know how goods arrive into India and what is the importance of a customs area. So customs area is an area approved by the Principal Commissioner of Customs or Commissioner of Customs and includes a customs station, a warehouse, or any place where goods are temporarily kept before their clearances either for import or for exports. In other words, the goods are generally kept in a container freight station where a PCN or a CC approves a custodian to keep the goods till customs out of charge is obtained for importation or let export order is given for exportation. So the custodian's duty to take care of the goods and only deliver it to the importer or his agent when they are cleared for home consumption or they are warehoused. The custodian under Section 45 has the responsibility to store the goods properly in the container freight station, ensure its proper movement, loading, unloading, both for importation and exportation, and follow the provisions of Section 45. Besides taking care of the cargo, the custodian prepares an outturn report of the cargo manifested, cargo arrived, cargo cleared for home consumption, cargo which has been transshipped, cargo which has been bill of entry filed for warehousing, and the balance if any according to Major Port Trust Act, and more particularly under this particular section and under Section 48. If the goods are not cleared, then they can be auctioned under the supervision of the proper officer. So these are the broad features of Section 45. And Section 45, the custodian's premises or the CFS, what we normally call as, has a role to play, and that is to take care of the goods, duty paid goods or otherwise, till they are cleared for home consumption or they are exported. Now comes Section 46, which I term as one of the main arteries of Chapter 5, which I termed it as the heart and soul of the Customs Act. Section 46 says that any importer who imports goods in India must file a bill of entry either for home consumption or for warehousing, and upon doing so, the goods can be cleared for home consumption if they are dutiable and duty is paid or otherwise, or they are warehoused under the provisions of Chapter 9. Section 46 also says that an importer can file a bill of entry either for home consumption or for warehousing up to 30 days of the arrival of the conveyance at a customs station, and also can file it after the manifest has been delivered under Section 30 and the bill of entry is filed. The amended provisions of Section 46 also makes it mandatory for an importer to file a bill of entry either for home consumption or a bill of entry for warehousing under Section 46 prior to the arrival of the conveyance at a customs station, failing which the importer or exporter will have to pay a late charge of rupees 5,000 per day for the first 3 days, and then thereafter rupees 10,000 per day till a bill of entry is filed either for home consumption or warehousing. Section 46 also mandates that the importer must subscribe to a declaration, the truth of the documents delivered, the authenticity of the documents delivered, and only then a bill of entry can be filed under the provision of Section 46 of the Customs Act 1962. Accuracy and completeness of the document delivered, and only after that a bill of entry can be filed for home consumption or for warehousing. Now, bill of entry is filed online on the common customs portal known as IceGate under a module of e-Sanchit, and therefore now the bill of entry becomes an important part or an important segment of the declaration, and upon filing and uploading that document in the e-Sanchit module on the IceGate, a bill of entry is generated. And therefore, bill of entry is now a part of an integrated declaration which an importer, on the basis of self-assessment, has to file a bill of entry. Once the bill of entry is filed, the goods are assessed to duty, if any, and either they go to the RMS, that is the risk management system, they are self-assessed and the assessment is deemed to be correct, and immediately the bill of entry is returned for payment of duty, or it goes otherwise to the appraiser's table for assessment, now part of faceless assessment. And in such case, the bill of entry is non-facilitated and is physically appraised by the appraising officer at a custom station, and then it is returned to the importer for payment of duty. So what, according to you, is the importance of a bill of entry? Let us discuss in 3 important points. The fact that you are subscribed to a declaration about accuracy of the information given, the truth of the information given, the authenticity of the documents given, binds you that whatever you declared is correct, and should something contrary be found in the bill of entry vis-a-vis the goods which have arrived, then the declaration made by you are not retractable, and you have to now face all the consequences of the bill of entry in case there's a discrepancy as compared to the declaration made and the goods actually arrived. Secondly, the fact that you have subscribed to a declaration and now you have filed a bill of entry, you have undertaken the task to complete the bill of entry as per the Customs Act 1962, and the applied rules and regulations are also applied to you, and you will accordingly complete the process and take the goods for home consumption. The third important feature of the bill of entry is that a bill of entry is a document of title. A bill of entry has all the particulars of the importer, including the IC code and name, description of the cargo, duty paid, and so on. And therefore, it becomes a document of title, and nobody can deny the goods to you upon payment of duty, if any, and the custom clearance process being completed. So you are the rightful owner. Also, since you have filed a bill of entry and now taken the goods for home consumption, the other provision of the Customs Act, such as refunds, short levy, audit, can emerge or accrue depending upon whether the right amount of duty has been paid or no, or the risk involved. And last but not the least, when you file a bill of entry, you tantamount to be the importer of the goods, although you may not have physical control of the goods, and you may not be the actual owner of the goods, and the person who's actually in control of the goods may be a beneficial owner. But the fact that you have filed a bill of entry as an importer or holding out to be an importer, you are responsible for all the actions which may be taken till the time of customs out of charge. So these are the 4 broad features of a bill of entry which I have discussed, which emerge when you read what section 46 is all about. Section 47 talks about when a duty can be paid. What if you pay the duty late? Then there is a interest on late payment duty at the rate of 15%. Section 47 also talks about categories of importers who can do deferred duty payment as per the deferred duty payment rules 2016. Burden of payment of duty, if any, on home consumption is on the importer, and if not paid as per the time stipulated in section 47, the importer will be liable to pay interest at the rate of 15% per day till the date of payment of duty. The next topic under section 47 is that the board, in exceptional circumstances and the reasons to be given in writing for public interest, can waive the interest for late payment of duty, and was recently done in India when the electronic cash ledger was introduced by the Indian customs, and there were the usual hiccups and delay in implementing the scheme. The Custom Act invoked section 47 subsection 2 to give recess on waiver of interest for 10 days when the implementation of ECL took some time. So these are the features of section 47, payment of interest and duty for bill of entry which have been assessed for home consumption and where the duty is liable to be paid. The next section is section 48, which says that if the goods are neither warehoused nor transshipped, including international transshipment, or cleared for home consumption within 30 days, then the goods can be auctioned by giving a notice to the importer of the goods. Section 48 also talks about that in case arms and ammunition have to be sold upon auction and cannot be done till the central government gives a notification to the defect. And certain goods like perishables and hazardous goods can be sold so as to arrest the depreciation in value if they are not cleared even within 30 days of its arrival in India. Section 49 in chapter 7 talks about goods arrived at a custom station, but they could not be cleared for home consumption, or they could not be warehoused under the provisions of chapter 9 on the request made by the importer, and the proper officer will consider the request and grant leave or give permission to store the goods in a warehouse in case of home consumption bill of entry, whether or not the goods are dutiable, or in case of warehouse bill of entry, where the goods are dutiable, to be stored in a warehouse up to 30 days at a time and not more. So when you're storing the goods under section 49, the provisions of the warehousing under chapter 9 are not applicable here, and this is deemed to be a temporary storage, and every 30 days the PC and the CC can grant more time for storage under the provisions of section 49. The next section 50 and 51 talk about how the goods will be cleared for exportation. So an exporter will file a shipping bill or a bill of export. A bill of export is filed when the goods are taken by road to a land custom station, and a shipping bill is filed when the goods are exported by sea or air. And when the goods are then examined wherever necessary, and they are subsequently given let export order under section 51, and then the shipping line or the airline or the carrier takes control of the goods and prepares for export of the goods to the particular conveyance. So chapter 7 I have discussed in the process of clearance of import goods and export goods, right from section 45, the day the good comes into India and is kept in the CFS, then under section 46, filing of bill of entry, then under section 47, payment of duty, and then out of charge under section 47, waiver of interest in exceptional circumstances. What if the goods are not cleared within 30 days of its arrival under section 48? What is the process? What is the scheme of temporary storage of goods of 30 days at a time under section 49? And section 50 and 51 talk about the process of export which takes place when you file a shipping bill or a bill of export under section 50 and you get a let export order under section 51. So this chapter, chapter 7, I have completed by explaining the process of import clearance and export clearance.
For detailed learning of all logistics subjects, visit www.logiveda.com.